Hello everyone, this is Hoovy Maverick, and today we're doing the Lost Doctor Who episode that's been animated recently in 2017, which is like 3 years ago. We're talking about Shada. Today we are talking about the Doctor Who episode that was never made and was abandoned for many decades. That has been recently animated and recreated in full animation for our watching pleasure. And that episode is Shada, which was originally supposed to come out in 1980 of early January, right after the Horns of Naimon came out. But the only reason why they abandoned the project is because they ran out of budget. And this is the only episode where the budget has been the biggest problem with Doctor Who. I mean, you can probably tell how the monsters look like. For Jesus Christ, like in Ark in Space, there was like a whole monster using bubble wrap, green bubble wrap. I literally have green bubble wrap I can use right now. And they'll look kind of the same to how it looks in Ark in Space with the Warren. So yeah, the budget with Doctor Who has been one of the biggest problems with classic Doctor Who, which is one of the reasons why it was cancelled in 1989. So nowadays with Doctor Who, we don't really, the budget's kind of, I know the quality is kind of like the biggest thing they use the money for, the BBC uses the money for on Doctor Who, because they don't want to have bad quality. Anyway, back to Shada. Shada is one of those episodes where, okay, to me it's a bit blah. I mean, I definitely watched it before the anime version came out on a rented DVD, and I watched Shada, and man, it's very mediocre. I mean, all we have is just some guy who wants to kill people with this magical ball he has, and he has his own spaceship, and he wants to create this thing called Shada. I mean, I don't know what Shada is, honestly. I do know that there's this professor who is a Time Lord, another Time Lord, but then in like two episodes later he gets killed by the ball, the flying ball. There's a flying ball literally flying, and it almost kills the Doctor, and it kills the Time Lord Professor. So, and also we have Romana for this episode. Romana 2. I don't know what she does, really. I think the villain for this episode is trying to capture Time Lords and kill and imprison them or something like that. I mean, he killed the people that were with him in the beginning of the episode, and then he makes his conquest for killing all Time Lords or something like that with this flying ball that just kills people as soon as it just bunks on your head. So the ball just bunks on your head and it kills you. Like, that's the way the professor died. I mean, honestly, how else are you gonna go down? The Doctor almost dies. And also, fun fact, since this episode was abandoned, in the 5 Doctors, since Tom Baker did not want to be in the 5 Doctors, since he was so sick with Doctor Who, because he'd been the Doctor for 7 years, he did not appear in the 5 Doctors, so they had to use the Shada footage, because that footage hasn't been aired yet at all. So when people saw it, it was like, ooh, what is this? And then they found out it's not related to anything the 5 Doctors has, which was completely different. So yeah, I mean, I feel like Shada is really forgotten, really forgettable. I saw a little bit of the animation version. We didn't get to finish it. I do have the DVD for all the animated episodes of Doctor Who. I mean, yeah, when I saw the animation, there's like this part where one of the main characters is on a bike, and it's animated, and it's just the atmosphere is so empty inside. I just felt like I was on a Western movie or something. I gotta say though, the animation was really good. When I saw the trailer for the animated version of Shada back then in 2017, it looked pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it better than Power of the Daleks, and I mean, I think my favorite animated Doctor Who stories are like the Invasion and the Ice Warriors, since the animation looks super smooth there, and it continues that with Shada. Although in Power of the Daleks, it looks like everyone is a cardboard cutout, and everything looks super weird. Like, I don't know, just it looked too detailed and didn't look smooth at all. And that's why I kind of like the animation in Shada more. I mean, I like how they do different artists for every animated episode we do, which, you know, it adds a lot of potential for everyone to animate an episode of Doctor Who for everyone. I mean, there isn't enough. There's only a little bit that are animated. I mean, no one is literally animated Fury from the Deep or like the rest of Space Pirates. But I guess no one wants that. I mean, you can literally animate the smugglers and no one will care. So, I mean, that's why I have to say Shada. The new animated version of Shada looks amazing. And I'm really surprised how much of the footage was missing. Like, I was surprised at how much they didn't film. I mean, I don't know, I think the reason why this is so forgettable is because this literally came out before the Leisure Hive. And the Leisure Hive episode, it's literally changed everything. I mean, it changed the intro, costume, set, props, everything. Except the casting, which I kind of have to respect for keeping continuity. So, yeah, I mean, this one's just pretty forgettable. I would really have liked, because, okay, so, shoot, who's responsible for that? John Nathan Turner is the person responsible for changing a lot of the stuff in Leisure Hive. And, I mean, I did like that it's just super oblivious how big the changes are in the Leisure Hive comparing to Shada, which are literally, like, just next to each other, and they're completely different. I would have liked if John Nathan Turner kind of made the changes to the Doctor's costume and intro slowly throughout the season 18. Nonetheless, I love the intro that was made by Peter Howell, so I can't argue with that. Also, I love this scarf. Okay, Shada. I know I haven't been talking about Shada, and that's because I haven't seen it recently. I mean, I saw the animated version of it, like a little bit, and then when I saw it, it was so boring. I mean, jeez. I mean, before I saw, way back when I saw the DVD version of Shada with Tom Baker as explaining all the missing scenes, I watched a lot more classic episodes after that, and, you know, my standards, my tolerance for classic Doctor Who has changed. And now I'm guaranteed I can say, because I think back then I would have said it was like an 8 out of 10 or something. But now, I'm gonna say it's a 5 out of 10. It's so average, mediocre, and boring. I mean, the chase scenes with Tom Baker on a bike was pretty cool. Yeah, him just running away from a stupid ball flying. I know it's dumb, but it was entertaining, especially when Romana saved the Doctor with the TARDIS. So, I don't know, I like the chase scenes. I think the villain is a little interesting, although I wish he appeared in more scenes. And also that his motivation was, I wish his motivation for doing what he did was more, how do I say it? Simpler? It's very complex why he's doing it. And, I don't know, man. This episode's boring. I would not want to watch it. I'd rather watch season 18 again, because it's so much fun. Oh, also, I love that scene with the Doctor and Romana on a boat. Honestly, I thought that was kind of, you know, unique. Because it gave, it gave our main character some personality, and I like it. That you could tell they were trying to relax, and everybody can relate with that, right? Oh, also, this is the last review I'm doing that requires the 70s logo. Because after this review, I'm gonna do Leisure Hive. Man, I could not stop talking about Leisure Hive. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. If you want to talk about Shada, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for disappointing you. I just love season 18 so much. I'm so excited to do season 18 this month. So season 18 is gonna be the last review. So after season 18, there's gonna be like a huge break. I'll explain it later. Anyway, this was Shada review, and I want to give it a 5 out of 10 because of how literally mediocre it is. It's super average. That just adds to why I love the 80s era of Doctor Who. I love it because, well, is it just me, or can anyone tell that the inspiration and influence for for the 80s era of Doctor Who was something like a mix of Star Wars and Star Trek? If anyone agrees in the comments, please say so, because literally that's what it feels like, and that's why I love the 80s era of Doctor Who so much, especially the early 80s. The late 80s I barely have seen. But anyway, this is my review of Shada, and it's mediocre. I'm sorry guys, this is probably not a good review to make. Anyway, next week we'll finally be making the first review of one of my favorite seasons of Doctor Who of all time. And I'm definitely going to be more enthusiastic because I've definitely seen more episodes in that season than probably any season I've reviewed. Maybe season 16, but yeah. I am really excited because I love season 18. Anyway, this is Mii Maverick, and I'm be signing off. I will not see you next week. And the Action Adventures next episode of that is, I don't know when that's gonna come out. I want to have it all done, season 3 all done by November, maybe December. Just don't know when to start the new episode. Maybe early September or late August. I'll try to get work on that. But anyway, see you guys later, and this is Mii Maverick signing off.